Access to clean water continues to be a major challenge for a rapidly growing population of Lagos, compounded by various environmental issues. In this edition of Green Angle, we visit Ajeromi Ifelodun local government to explore how residents are adapting to these environmental challenges. This, among other issues, will be our focus in this week's edition of Green Angle. Welcome. I am Esther Makwariola. And before we begin, let's bring you updates from the world of environment.
In Spain, 3 loggerhead turtles, which arrived at the San Sebastian Aquarium during last year, have been released back into the wild. Each turtle is equipped with a satellite transmitter attached to the shells to track their migrations. The transmitters were installed by Trazatec, a company based in Cantabria. An oceanographer and ambassador from Trazatec highlighted the need for an international strategy to protect these turtles, as they have altered their usual migration routes. Aquarium professionals noted that this year has been exceptional due to the high number of turtles in critical condition that have reached their coasts.
As part of its advocacy campaign against open defecation, officials from the Ministry of Environment, as well as health officials, visited this location to enlighten residents on the importance of proper sanitation. During the campaign, the team highlighted the availability of public toilets on both sides of the bridge, noting that nearby filling stations have partnered with the government to ensure these facilities are well maintained and accessible.
The thing we talk about now, the people where they open, where they shit for the middle of the road. Come peace for under peace for on the road. If they catch you, now wait till your eyes see, you will feel. When we thank the guy will get this petrol station, he give 5 toilets. If you get anything we want use, just quickly go. If you are on this side, if you are on the other side, if you did the other side, toilet inside the garage, where if you use, go use them. Make no the one piece or sheet for this road. Because now this thing they bring all from every kind of disease where they outside.
He also announced an improvement in accessibility to these public toilets, with the operating hours extended to 24 hours a day, ensuring residents have constant access to these facilities.
The government will wait there. It will be 24 hours now. Not to say they will close up for any time. It will be 24 hours. They will open up 24 hours. If you want to use toilet, you go the other side too. Or you come this petrol station.
In the meantime, the Lagos State government has set up a task force to arrest those who defecate in open spaces. Esther Makwariola, TVC News. Jigawa State, where the Minister of Defense, Abubakar Badaru, has donated 20 million naira to victims of the recent flood that killed at least 33 persons and destroyed houses and property. The minister, during his visit, commiserated with the state government and victims over the incident. He also assured that President Bola Tinubu is aware of the situation and will support the state government in finding a lasting solution. The governor mentions that more than 148 communities were affected, more than 50,000 persons displaced, and about 11,000 farmlands washed away by the flood.
The flooding incidents that afflicted our state, indeed, it is really tragic. As of today, I learned over 148 communities were affected, about 7,500 households affected, over 50,000 people affected, and about 11,500 farmlands affected also, while we lost 33 indigents of the state as a result of this affliction. It is indeed, Your Excellency, with great sorrow
Lagos, a city renowned for its abundant water bodies, is facing a stark contrast in some of its communities, where water is plentiful, yet safe drinking water remains elusive. In Ajeromi Ifelodun local government area, residents have been battling a severe shortage of potable water for nearly a decade. We explore the situation in this documentary piece. Water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. This is the reality for many in Lagos, particularly in Ajeromi Ifelodun local government area. For almost 10 years, these communities have struggled with access to clean, safe drinking water. Less than 40% of Lagos' population is served by the Lagos Water Corporation. The vast majority rely on private boreholes or informal water vendors. In this community, many are paying as much as 300 naira per bucket or 10,000 naira per tanker.
Stress yẹn ti pọ̀jù torí tí omi a máa ń jí ní 4 o'clock 5 o'clock a dẹ̀ máa queue ni queue la máa tó bá tètè jí lọ ní 6 in fact ọmọ late kọ́mọ tún lọ sí school ká tún wá shop pàápàá máa tó nǹkan bíi 10 o'clock omi yẹn omi ní kókó a need omi ní ilé ayé omi la máa fi dáná omi la máa fi faṣọ omi la máa fi wẹ̀ a dẹ̀ máa kéèyàn tún ní gangan omi ní ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ ràn wá lọ́wọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ omi.
This one wey this mama dey buy like this tank wey dey here so the mama dey buy am. The second mama sef dey buy the water for tanker. Some people dey drink am, some people no fit drink am because the water we no like am. This our area now, no borehole, no water. If you borehole dey now, we go dey use am dey cool, dey baff. So we go buy pure water to drink. As e no dey, wetin we go do? Just dey manage now. Rubber paint is 150 naira. And I dey buy like 10 a day because I dey cook. I dey use am sell. So this our area no water. To eat now na wahala, to buy na wahala, nothing dey.
For others, the only alternative is to use water from nearby streams, despite knowing the health risks involved. This desperation has contributed to the rising cases of cholera in the state.
Water wey we dey buy every day, we dey buy keg 400, and sometimes we no dey see, so na make we dey use that water. And you say we dey buy that water every day, dey work. Sometimes we dey buy almost 3,000, 4,000 dey do fish, so we no go see anything inside. Na make we dey use that water wey no clean dey work. We dey share, but na everything dey God hand, so we dey manage as we take dey use the water, and sometimes we dey buy. If you see today now we don find go, we no see water, na make we use this one.
In this riverine community, proper sanitation facilities are almost non-existent. Residents rely on makeshift shelters for basic sanitation needs, adding to their daily struggles.
Tá bá fẹ́ lọ tọ́lẹ́tì, inú omi tá bá rà, òun la ti ń bù tá máa fi lọ tọ́lẹ́tì. Àwọn tọ́lẹ́tì eléyìí, ìmíì wà lórí omi tọ́lẹ́tì, ìmíì wà nínú ilé. Àti torí omi àti tinú ilé bákan náà ni bá ṣe manage ẹ nìyẹn. Some people for up where toilet no dey, then they come for here, and we dey pursue them. We know say cholera dey, and we dey careful for the cholera.
With a population of more than 80,000, the community leaders have repeatedly called on state authorities for urgent intervention, but the situation remains dire.
We've written to the government, the local governments, they are aware. And I believe they are trying because there are some areas where they have water. Maybe they've not reached our own side here. I can remember our representative of House of Assembly who covered this our own area. There was a time he came here, he promised that he will make sure that he give us water. But I think he's still working on it. But up to now, we have not seen any water yet. We are really suffering for that water in this area.
You know, government bureaucracy, they are on it. We hope soon as they will, but we on our part will not relent. We still, even this week is part of why you saw some of my executive. We're having an executive meeting tomorrow. We delegate some people that will go to Alausa in his office and he forcibly send a letter to the state governor about it, because this thing, without water, we face a lot of diseases, cholera, name it. So we want to avoid it.
Ajeromi Ifelodun is just one of many Lagos communities suffering from a lack of potable water and adequate sanitation services. A recent USAID study revealed that over 10 million Lagos residents, particularly in low-income areas, lack access to potable water, while around 20 million residents are deprived of basic sanitation services. A few months ago, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu pledged to complete the long-delayed 70 million gallon per day Adiyon water project, which has been abandoned for several years. This project is seen as a critical step towards improving water access and availability.
For us, it's not just about lip service. It's about ensuring that we can put all of our resources where it is most needed. We can identify the skills that are required, we can speak truth to authority, and we can challenge ourselves. We want to move away from just rhetorics. It's the 5th year we're coming on a water conference. I want to see the outcomes and the outputs. It's the fact that when we come back here next year for this yet another conference, Adiyon 2, which will require tens of billions of naira, we should have been completing it. That is the commitment I want to leave here today.
As the water crisis in Ajeromi Ifelodun persists, residents are left wondering when, if ever, their plight will be addressed. Esther Mopariola, TVC News. Green Angle returns in just a moment. Stay with us. Next, we're diving into the social impact of sustainable solutions. We'll spotlight a non-profit organization led by CEO Peju Ibekwe that's making a big difference by harnessing collaboration for maximum impact. The organization is driving several projects, all contributing to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. But one standout project is the Beach Cleanup and Adoption Initiative, a multi-stakeholder effort aimed at reducing coastal litter in Lagos and its environs, and while creating job opportunities.
The Africa Social Impact Summit, birthed against the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic that had set us back by a number of indicators when it comes to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. While good work had been done before 2020, we still had a long way to go, and then COVID came. It was clear that if we were even going to try to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030 on the African continent, there was a need for us to have a different strategy. Prior to COVID, there was a lot of silo execution being done, and there was already some form of clamor for more partnerships to be done. The Africa Social Impact Summit is a platform to galvanize more partnerships across critical sectors. Yes, the 17 SDG goals, but we prioritize health, education, food security, climate action, and gender equality for the speeding up of the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. These partners cut across public sector, private sector, third sector, international development organizations. And we're still getting more requests for partnerships. So that lets us know that, yes, definitely something is being done right. And what we are really appreciative of is that the outcomes of the convening are being delivered. The impact investments are changing hands. I would emphasize the health sector. Of course, we know the health sector has several challenges, not just limited to funding. We have the workforce, ensuring that the brain drain doesn't completely deprive us of all the workforce that are left. And even before the brain drain, we already had a gap, a huge, significant gap. But I believe that you do not just attack a problem and try to solve everything at once. You take them in bite sizes, and we cannot do everything alone. There are different other stakeholders that what they are bringing to the table is not just cash, it's technical knowledge. The Africa Social Impact Summit, we actually had its session dedicated to climate action, talking about plastic waste. At the Sterling One Foundation, we had launched the beach adoption program since 2021. What that program seeks to do is to empower local communities across our coastal communities, to empower them to reduce the plastic waste that gets into our oceans. What do? We engage these communities. We build their capacity. We give them the relevant knowledge. We do not stop there. We also employ the youth and women within these communities to continue the work of keeping that environment clean, ensuring that the plastic is recycled. So that fits into the circular economy. So that's where you know that plastic is not waste. It's actually a resource. We have realized that when we started that there was a lot of ignorance when it comes to climate action. It just sounded like a buzzword. What's climate action? So we were intentional to engage the media. We started since 2022 to have a dialogue with the media. We did that in partnership with the British Deputy High Commissioner then, to basically inspire the media to take it as not just reporting of events, but something they intentionally commit to educate the Nigerian public on what climate action means, what they are responsible for, what they also need to do to ensure that their environment is preserved. Because you cannot expect the government to come and take care of your immediate environment. All of us need to take responsibility. Beyond engaging the media, we've also invested in engaging schools. This we have done in partnership with the Green Sahara Farms and the Unity Schools. We have planted 10,000 trees across 18 states, 24 schools. And here's why. Planting of trees doesn't stop at just putting the tree in the ground. You have to be intentional to nurture the trees to fruiting, because that is when you can say you have planted trees. And we thought that it was important for us to engage communities or stakeholders that would take responsibility to ensure that those trees are nurtured, are grown, to be able to provide the value to the environment and to the communities. For individuals that believe that the gods are powerful enough to take their wastes anywhere, I think that is where the power of the media can come to play. It's about ensuring they can learn, relearn, and unlearn. And that is the power of mass media, mass communication, consistent mass communication.
And mainstream, yes.
By next year, we're looking to have more subnationals actively working with us to attract more investments, impact investments into their states, for them to scale up the work they're already doing in the areas of the critical sectors: environment, renewable energy, climate smart agriculture, and other initiatives across health, education, because you realize that the 17 goals are actually interlinked goals. So, and based on the programs I've shared with you already, you can see how one program is addressing different issues that cut across the critical sectors.
And that's about it on this week's edition of Green Angle. Until I come your way next time, remember, together we can build a sustainable world. I am Esther Mokwariola. Bye for now.